Eat all the buns. Don't ever let a bun go uneaten. Eat all the buns. When a woman gives you her buns, you eat them. Well, well, well. Back again, huh? For some more The Summer Hikaru Died, episode 9. Previously, on episode 8, what happened? Honestly, I have no fucking clue. I don't remember. My mind is blanking right now. Oh yeah, they got attacked by the neck guy. The long neck guy. And when they got attacked by the long neck guy, Mr. Fake Hikaru, who has given half his soul, half his power away, is now unfortunately not strong enough to defend them. Fortunately, the attack was interrupted by the middle-aged lady who sees things, and I assume we'll just continue off of that. So yeah, let's just get into episode 9, shall we?
Hikaru, みんな車のとこ行っとるで。なあ、よしき。
このまんじゅう食ってええんかな。
アホ、ダメに決まっとるやろ。
その子が例の子。
Old Man Takeda.
忠告されたところで聞かんわな。こんな普通の子やとは思わんかったわ。
あれってなんなんですか?
It's called the long neck guy.
ギタンはね、すごく古くて強い汚れを利用した呪いみたいなもんね。幽霊とか木とかに近いかな。この世とあの世って薄い膜を隔てたすごく近いところにあるんよ。でも歪みが起きるとその膜が破けて、死んだ人の魂とか情念が出てきちゃうの。
Dude, I think they just played Dragon Age.
出てきちゃ
Straight up, I think they just played Dragon Age Origins and the expansion. Awakening. Exactly what happens there. This little storyline here with the, you know, the cracks in the veil and everything and spirits coming in from the other side. Basically the exact same thing.
私ができるんは出てきちゃったやつを戻して小さな穴を閉じるだけ。
Interesting. She can do that.
神様やないから無理ね。
神様?
そこの彼はね、すごく汚れを引き寄せるみたい。あんたもやけど、山におった時は
Yeah, but why, though?
彼みたいに汚れを集めとったから、町や集落には汚れが降りてこやんで住んどったんやろね。今じゃ事故だの事件だの大変よ。
事故とかの直接の原因は?
The reason I ask the question why here is because it's essentially almost like a crux fact of the situation, right? The whole reason why none of these impurities came down from the mountain is because this creature was attracting them, right? And now that he's come down from the mountain, he's still attracting them. So basically the entire storyline almost is because he is attracting them. So just saying that, oh, they're just attracted because reasons, right? It's kind of like, this is an important thing that you should probably figure out. So I'm hoping that later on in the show, perhaps, they will explain why he is attracting them.
ってことですか? 光やなくて。
そうね。でもこんなに汚れが多いんはそもそも異常やねん。
ここどこ?
まあまあ、ヒカルくん、これ食べない。おいしいよ。なんやこれ。
お前、人んちのまんじゅう一人であんま食うなって。
Don't, oh my god, I can't believe you just, oh my god. Really? You just said that? The subtitles? I mean, don't go eating all her buns. Really? You just said that? I can't believe you just said that.
お前、人んち
Eat all the buns. Don't ever let a bun go uneaten. Eat all the buns. When a woman gives you her buns, You eat them.
なあヒカルくん、あんた一体何者なんやろな。
わからん、俺も。
私もな、みたいに昔死んだ夫が帰ってきたことがあったんよ。
Really?
よりご飯できたよ。
お母やん、あのさ、お父やんがさ、ポケメン強くしてくれて。
そうよかったやん。ずっとは無理やと思うけど、もう少しだけこのまま。より
Bruh.
よりごめんな。
Okay. I thought it was kind of like a Hikaru situation where, you know, the father or, you know, the husband actually came back. Not that it was some sort of fucking dead body looking, zombie looking thing. If it had come back, like, as the real thing, almost kind of like Hikaru, right? I would have thought, like, ooh, what if the whole situation with Hikaru right now and Yoshiki has kind of happened before? Maybe the same creature has impersonated someone else before in the past, come down from the mountain, but every time he goes back onto the mountain, he like forgets everything or something. Like this has happened multiple times in the past. That would have been interesting. That would have been definitely interesting. But this, clearly not the same creature, I don't think. Some zombie or whatever.
私がなんとかするから。
Perhaps like another creature that might
やのにね。
fuse with a dead body or something.
まるで違う。間違いなく夫の魂やったけど、あれはどこまで行ってもただの汚れに過ぎんかった。
俺は汚れとはちゃうよ。
あんたはなんかもっとこう輪廻の輪の外側におるような、もっと意味のわからんねえ。
One thing I hope that they're not going to do is say that it's an alien. So many stories always take the cop out of like, oh, you know, it's an alien that crash landed here like hundreds, thousands of years ago, and then they were stuck in a rock or something, and then blah, blah, you know. It's like, I get it, you know, you want this creature to be something that, you know, you can't really explain, and so it having come from space is kind of like one of the very few explanations that you can give. But still, you know, you could do like I came from another dimension, or like pretty much anything else, right? Just the alien excuse is just a little bit like too overused, in my opinion. Hoping that it's not an alien situation.
脳抜き様ねえ、このまま汚れが増え続けたらたくさんの人が死ぬよ。あんたたちはどうしたいん？
俺は命の重さがようわからん。全部放って逃げることやってできる。でもヨシキは絶対そんなことしやん。ヨシキの大事なもの、それは俺にとっても。俺はやっとできた大事な居場所やから守りたいです。
俺はこいつにどこまでもついていくって決めたから、そのために人が死ぬのを見て見ぬふりをする気はないです。
そっか、ヒカルくんも町や村もどっちも大事なんやね。
Well, the one solution to all of this is for these two to just go live on the mountain. Yoshiki gets his wish of, you know, sticking by Hikaru no matter what. You know, Hikaru gets his wish of not wanting to hurt the villagers. Yoshiki also gets that. Go live on the mountain. Simplest solution for everybody, right? But I suppose, like he said, he thinks that Yoshiki would not be willing to leave, which I think he would be, but okay.
けど無覧ことも見捨てたらあかんと思うから。
それじゃ。
But you see, thinking about it, everything is going to come down to the exact same question of why are they attracted to Hikaru? Because in the end, if they want to stay in the village, but want to protect it, they have to figure out why they're attracted to him. Maybe they can remove that, you know? Maybe they can somehow... maybe removing it isn't the best idea, because then they might just go, you know, start killing randomly, which might be even worse, but I don't know. I don't know. It just feels like them staying in the village is just a very bad idea, one way or another. At times like this, you need to figure out, or at least what I would do, is try to figure out some way to be able to kill these things. Whatever the fuck that just was. But like I was saying, I would figure out a way to kill these things and then use both Hikaru and Yoshiki as bait, essentially, and then systematically try to kill them.
もし困ったら私の名前出してもええからこんな主婦でもいろんなところに恩を売ってあるんねえヒカルくんあんたこれ以上辻中くんを混じり物にしたらあかんよ分かっとるやろ辻中くんが人の世界に戻れんくなる
Every way I think about it, the only conclusion this can go towards is Hikaru making the decision to leave Yoshiki for the greater good. And honestly, thinking about it, that might be a good kind of ending. You know, because perhaps Yoshiki also needs to, like, learn what it means to live without Hikaru, right? Move on, finally. Perhaps that's the whole point.
こんなんでごめん。あいつがおる限り誰もお前を弔わんから。でもあいつがおるとお前を忘れやんでいられる。
あ、ナッツ昔ここでよう遊んどったよな。ああ、ほら自作のスーパーマリオのステージや。とか言いながら指で遊ぶやつ。なあ、俺とヒカルの違いってどんなとこ？
お前よりは空気読むし大人やし分かりづらかったな。結構ずるいところもある。へえ。そんでもう絶対戻ってこやん。やからちゃう。
好きやった。
なんで？
いや、前になんか俺の裸見て目背けてさ、なんかあれはさ。
今はもうお前の体見ても何とも思わんな。それにこんな感情はさ、お前には分からんでええと思う。
なんやそれ。確かに俺にはないよ、そんな感情は。根本的に人間とはさ、全然ちゃうんやろうな。
俺らには俺らだけのもんがあるやろ。別に何かに当てはめやんでええ。つうかさ、お前は別に人間になんてならんでええよ。むしろ人間みたいにはならんといて。
また。
I like that. Maybe it's, well, maybe not about, maybe not like about not being a human, but rather like, it's basically just another way of saying, hey, I'd rather you not try to be what Hikaru was, you know? The sooner he becomes his, like, more of his own character and stops referencing to things that Yoshiki did with the real one, the better, in my opinion.
人に合わせるんやなくて、こいつらしく生きていける場所があれば、そのためやったら俺は全部あげるから。大貫様は何かと引き換えに願いを叶える神様やった。でも飢饉による大量死を境にたたり神とされるようになり、山から出やんようになった。
山に閉じ込めるみたいな感じなんかな。
多分。
うん。
で、ヒカルのじいさんによると、どうやらインドの男はヒチさんと呼んどる何かを使って代々山で何かの儀式をしてきた。飛来神のように汚れを集める。でも汚れではない、何か巨大な塊で地獄のようなもん。そして輪廻の輪の外側の存在。お前って神様なんかな。
That's, in my opinion, kind of a stupid way to look at it, to be honest. The existence known as God would be beyond physical limitations, I feel like. If a creature exists that was kind of like Hikaru, right? This one. And it was some sort of like blob, fucking slime looking whatever the fuck thing that is, I would definitely not consider it a god. Because ultimately, you know, God is supposed to be kind of like a... I mean, definitely not a physical being, right? More likely, if I was thinking about like, okay, what is this creature? I would be thinking, okay, my first thought is some sort of parasite, some sort of like ancient parasite or whatever. I don't know, sealed away somehow or something. I don't know. Perhaps some sort of creature from like deep in the earth or something, and it finally got out a couple hundred years ago. You know, really, who knows? But I definitely wouldn't say God. I mean, has he actually done anything godlike? Not really.
神様なのになんでこんな悩んで。なあ。
It would be interesting if he was God of some
山から
kind.
おらんくなったから村に汚れが流れ出とるんよな。
But he hasn't exactly done anything to make me think that.
俺が山に帰れば。
What, he only now figured that out? Really? I thought that was like the first thing they figured out.
やっと居場所を見つけたんやないの。それじゃあかんやろ。紅林さんも協力してくれとるし、二人で方法探るんやろ。要は汚れを山に留めておければええわけやろ。村がおかしなっとる直接の原因は汚れなんや。お前はここにおったってもう人を傷つけたりしやんやんか。
His argumentation for it is very weak, unfortunately. Ah, you see, why? What? Perfect. I mean, okay, a couple of things here, right? Why are the impurities even being created? By who? How? Are they only being created in, Nonuki-sama's vicinity? If so, why? And even if they're not, they would still have to be only in the vicinity of this village or these multiple villages in the surrounding area. But why? Right? Like, there's got to be some sort of connection here. There's a lot of questions, like, who the fuck is this fake Hikaru? What is this creature? Where did he come from? What are the impurities? Where did they come from? Why do they only appear in the vicinity of this village? Why are they attracted to this fake Hikaru creature? A lot of questions, a lot of questions.
ありがと
う。とりあえず松浦さんの娘さんが言うとった武田のじいさんのとこ行くで。
引きこもりの老人やんな。
Well, he's dead, right?
まともに話してもらえるんかな。
わからん。
Or he's gonna be dead.
手がかりやから。
He's like he was the old guy. And we know what happened to the last old person.
武田のじいさんに聞きたいことが調べ学習的な。
お父さんに無理やろ、あの様子やと。外にも出ようとしやんし。何を聞きたいん？
紅林って人から頼まれとるっつうか。
紅林？お父さんが探しとった人って確か。ちょっと待っとってな。
よう来てくれた。紅林を呼んでくれ。
なんで紅林さん探しとるんですか？
やっとのことで見つけた本物の霊媒や。 次に殺されるのは俺や。
殺されるって松浦さんの次ってこと？
今から降りてきとる大きな見じゃけた抜きさ。
それって能抜き様。
ダレンせいでインドの息子がダレンせいでこうなったと。元をたどりゃすべてインドの人間が犯した禁忌のせいや。そのせいでたくさんの人間がのうなった。
禁忌。
やからインドの男は代々山に謝りに行く。もらったもんをお返ししに、お返しし。インドなら知っとるやろが。
Absolutely no idea what the fuck is going on.
関連2年の大飢饉の話ですか？
あれは飢饉のせいだけやない。タタリア、過ぎた願いで怒りを買った。
インドの人って結局何した？
そんなことも知らんから儀式もうまくいかんかったんや。聞いとらんか？自分の名字がなんでインドもなんか。お前の家のどうでも見てこい。
落ち着いて。
よしき、やばい。もう入られとる。
Well, we got some information, but not anywhere near as much as we need. To be honest, old man ramblings about curses. I don't believe anything that a crazed old men ever say. Like, we have to kind of think, okay, apparently, you know, Hikaru's family in the past did something, they requested something, and their request became a curse, or, you know, quote-unquote curse, and then whatever it was, the family had to, generation after generation, go to apologize? Not really sure why they would need to apologize if they went to the god to maybe ask for help with the famine. They got something, whatever the curse was, right? So why would they need to go apologize to that god? Maybe they got something, but then they did something wrong to turn a blessing into a curse somehow? Hard to say. Old man ramblings, not much to go on. This isn't good. It isn't good because if this guy dies and these kids were the last ones here,
Konnichiwa, Indo Hikaru-kun. ごめんな。ちょっと確かめさせてもらいます。
well, obviously that's not enough to kill him. Though that might be a little bit traumatic.
いや、めちゃくちゃ都合良かったっす。ちょうどインドヒカルくんに会えて。
Why is he singing? Oh, fuck me. Okay, well, obviously he's not dead. I do wonder what this guy is going to do. Considering the hamster, I would not be surprised if he is actually kind of supportive of their little relationship, you know, at least once he finds out that, you know, this Hikaru has no intention to hurt anybody. We'll just have to see. Other than that, I mean, yeah, the old guy did not really give us anything. Something about a curse, or rather, something about a request, something about this request becoming a curse, or being a curse, and then having to go apologize, or something. Really hard to say, to be honest. But yeah, now that I think about it, the show might just be heading towards that, that inevitable conclusion of Hikaru deciding to go to the mountain, or, you know, return from whence he came, and then, you know, Yoshiki also having to kind of learn to move on without him, because, you know, the more we see, the more it's very obvious that Yoshiki is a little bit obsessed, you know, a little bit dependent, quite a lot dependent on him, actually, emotionally. I suppose it could be like a coming-of-age type of story here, where eventually they kind of move on and separate for the greater good of the village and for themselves. Regardless, that was episode 9 of The Summer Hikaru Died. We shall be back with episode 10 next time. Until then, ladies and gents, I shall bid you adieu.